Hello, how are you? Let's see. Okay. Hello, Betty Boop and Rachel Hall. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining. Welcome in, Elizabeth Ryder. Thank you so much for joining. We're getting set up here tonight. Today, we're going to be talking about this week in review. If I can get my camera to act right. Hello, Mother of Agile Living. Thank you for joining. How was your day today? I had to get the cough back out my mouth. Hey, Nancy. Thanks for joining. We're going to be recapping a lot of the things we talked about this week, to review, hang out, and go over the product recommendations that we touch on some of the hot topics circulated. Yeah, so it's challenging to try. Yeah, it's Friday. I was actually off today because it's my short week, and so, but it was still don't have that super talk to thank you guys. Thanks for joining us, afternoon. Thanks for joining Morgan. I'm going to be talking today about this. Okay, my mic sounds. Can you hear the music? Okay. Welcome to the live the whole summer. Welcome in. Okay, you can hear the music. Does the mic sound better? Welcome in, Lala. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for that heart meme, Maurice Prince 602. Hi, Maritza G. Thanks for joining in. We're working out our technical difficulties right now, but glad you stopped by. Thanks for those roses, Maurice Prince 602. Better now that the music is gone. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I ended up getting the mic that Dr. Lisa recommended. It just came in, like, got it maybe less than an hour ago. But I was going to wait till tomorrow to use it because I wanted to test it out first. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to do how to do music here on TikTok. You know how like people have music playing. I don't know if they're playing it in the background, if they're using like the mixing board, if there's like a feature that needs to unlock as I get more followers so that I can do the music. But yeah. But that is that. Hi, L. Is it L Meek or L McKay? Thanks for the heart, me. How was your day today? How was your week? Oh, yeah, no worries. The first one, let's see. What I'm trying to look for what was the first one? Oh, the first pronunciation. Okay. So L Meek. Doing good, doing good. Yeah. I was just telling Godmother of Agile Living that it's been a week. I was actually off today, and it's this live time still snuck up on me. I've been running around all day. Um, but yes, so but I'm glad you were able to catch the live too. This today we're actually just going to be reviewing everything that we've been talking about this week. We've covered a different topic each night. And so we started on Monday night talking about what something you can use is all about. And basically, this is a place where you can get product recommendations for different things like tech, uh, hair, styling, home, just random stuff, health. And it's basically all centered around things that you can use in your daily life. And so, we have life lessons sprinkled in between. And so every night after the first night, which was Monday night, we have been talking about a different life lesson. So we'll just like kind of recap those really quick. And so thank y'all for the hearts and tapping out and sharing everything. We got 728 likes already. So that's so cool. Thanks for coming in, Lorena Hernandez. How's your week been? But yeah, so Monday was the intro to basically what the platform was, what this particular page is about, and also my first introduction to streaming live on TikTok. It was me taking the leap. So whoever joined on that night was watching me feel around for the buttons. It took me probably about a good 3 minutes to figure out how to close the live. So that was awkward. But yeah, so that was the first night. And then on Tuesday, we ended up talking about our first life lesson topic. And so that was all about, let's see, what was it about? Managing your mental health in a busy world. And so I kind of shared my journey with being neurodivergent and having chronic pain, but also still having to, balance working full time and things like that. Thank you, Nurse Betty, for joining. I saw you pop in there. And I think I saw somebody else pop in. Okay, Nurse Betty, GQ Level Up Squad, welcome in. How was your week this week? But yeah, so I was sharing my journey on being neurodivergent, having chronic pain, and balancing a full time job, at times balancing school full time as well, and just how do you keep yourself sane in the midst of everything that you're responsible for. So we talked about that on Tuesday night. Welcome in, user 74091847. How has your week been today or this week? So that's what we talked about. We talked about a few like the challenges that come with it. So sometimes it's kind of hard to keep up. It's kind of hard to stay on top of things, but yeah, that was that. That's what I remember of it. We also talked about how I need notes and bullet points and things like that, because if I don't have those, then I kind of lose track. So yeah, welcome in, Feisty since 87. How are you, Seisha? How was your week? And so yeah, that was Tuesday night's topic. So Wednesday night's topic, we talked about long grief. Welcome in, Courtney Lewis 629. Thanks for joining us. How was your week this week? Welcome in, Raymond Hawthorne. How was your week? And thank y'all so much for coming in. Just help. This is like a favor I'm asking. The more y'all comment, I'm closer to a goal. I forgot how close, like how many I need, but I saw that one of the goals that I needed was like the comments. I think it's like less than 30. So the more y'all could put in the comments, I'll be appreciative of that. Welcome in, Carlos. How was your week this week? Welcome in, Disaster Drama Queen. Thank y'all for the likes and the taps. The tap stickers. That's something else that I need to create, is some custom stickers for this particular page. So yeah, that'll be cool. Oh, thank you for the heart, me. But yeah, that's what we talked about on Wednesday, was long grief. So I shared my story with basically losing my adopted parents. It's been over 2 decades. It'll be 22 years this year for my mom, and 20 years this year for my dad. And so I shared my story with them. They ended up passing when I was in high school. My mom before my sophomore year, my dad during my senior year. So I shared that story, that journey, and some of the ways that to cope with grief, even though it's long term, because it's like people are not prepared for that. And it's kind of like you don't know what it is, especially when you're losing someone close for the first time. And it's kind of one of those things that it just doesn't go away. It just kind of shifts and moves over time. Welcome in, Miss Sage. How are you today? How's your week been? So we discussed that and discussed a few strategies for coping. So we talked a lot about journaling, prayer, talking about your loved ones, like sharing stories to kind of keep their memory alive. Welcome in, Yolanda Ruiz 8409. Thank you so much for joining. How was your week this week? So we talked about those as coping strategies. We talked about like keeping your loved ones' pictures up. Like I have pictures of my mom and my dad, hanging just right as soon as you walk through my door. So I get to walk past them and see them every day. Or little things like I buy this Sara Lee frozen pound cake that I hate. I've never liked it, but my mom liked it. But so I continue to buy it and keep it in my freezer. And I just switch them out from time to time because it reminds me of her because she liked it. Or my husband recently got a new cologne. And so it smells like it. I don't know the name of the cologne, but it has like a heavy oud smell. And so, or oud, what do you call it? Like a layer or something like that. And so, when I smelled it immediately, I was like, you smell like my dad. That was like, it smelled like the cologne that my dad wore. And I hadn't smelled it in over 20 years, but that was my dad's scent. And so that reminded me of my dad. Welcome in, Arika Hill. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you, Disaster Drama Queen, for sending out that invite. So that was what Wednesday night's topic was about. It was a little heavy, but I think it was really well received because a lot of people shared that that was something that they had been struggling with or had experienced. And a few people shared some comments on the post. Is still getting comments on the post of their ways for coping, and some people are sharing their stories of their loved ones that they've lost. And so I think it was really something that was needed. So we talked about that on Wednesday. And last night the topic was coming out of hiding. And so thank y'all so much for the hearts and the taps. But coming out of hiding. So last night I shared kind of my story of being an introvert and how in real life I'm really quiet. I don't mind being in the corner, not being seen, kind of feeling invisible. And thank you for that. Those Go Populars. Kind of feeling invisible. And, when I was younger, that would kind of bother me a little bit. But as I got older, I became comfortable with being invisible. Like, I don't want to be seen. I don't want the attention. But I keep being drawn to things that keep pushing me out front. And so it's like I'm being called to come out of hiding. So that was something that we talked about. And, just also the subtopic was stepping out of your comfort zone. So people were able to share things that they felt like they were being called to in ways that they feel like they wanted to step out of their comfort zone for 2026. So that was a cool discussion. So but that was this week in review as far as the topics that were shared on this live at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And so I think I've done well for this first week. It's been random, but y'all have been sticking with me, so I appreciate that. But yeah, so I'm planning on doing pop-ups this weekend. Not really sure if it's going to be structured or what the topics are going to be, or even what the time is going to be. So I'm going to experiment with that over Saturday and Sunday, but I will be also working on what the plan is for the topics for the remainder of the time that I'm doing this live stream challenge, which is, I think we've got 5 days down, so another 25 days or so. And so that way I can have a little more structure. It can be easier to follow along. And so that is that. As far as product recommendations, some of the products that we've talked about this week have had to do with health. And so I did share that I use these like loop earphones, or not earphones, but they're earplugs. And that kind of helps me with maintaining my sensory overload. So that way I'm not getting too burnt out. So I have I have about 3 different kinds of these. So these are the ones where you can still hear when people are talking to you. I forget what the model name is, but that's what those are. So those are good for like wearing out or wearing to a concert or whatever. So you can still kind of be aware of what's around. We talked about the quiet ones. These are the ones that completely block out any sound. And then I have some of the switches. And so this one has like a little switch where you can kind of go back and forth between the different modes. So you can kind of go up and down depending on how much noise you need to be canceled out. So these are kind of cool as well. But all of those are available through Loop, and that can help you if you have any sensory issues, or maybe if your child or someone has sensory issues. Those have been a lifesaver for me. I've been using them for less than a year, but I didn't realize that they made such a big difference. So yeah. But let me see if I missed any comments. Thank y'all for the taps and the hearts and all that. I've got a flash goal. What is that? I think that's my first one. Yay. It says 3 gifters sent Heart Me to your live in 15 minutes. Achieve this optional goal to win 24-hour live goal theme. Your current live goal will resume when the flash goal ends. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not going to start that now. I thought I had already reached it, but everyone's already sent their Heart Me, so I'm not going to ask for another one. Let's see. Okay, but thanks for the likes. But yes, so when it comes to the and also let me check this list. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. But yes, when it comes to our next health product recommendation, we've been talking a lot about acupuncture and acupressure. So this is an acupressure device that you can kind of put on your different pressure points to kind of help with some chronic pain you might be having. And so this is something that I got from the store with the big W that I cannot name on TikTok, but usually every city has one. And I was able to get this for like less than $30 or around $30. So this is something I'm going to be trying out. I haven't tried it out yet, but I'm hoping that it can kind of help me with some of my different pains, because I just tend to have pain that pops up everywhere randomly. But yeah, something else is I have degenerative disc issues. And so this is something that I got to kind of help with my neck and with the pressure on my neck. So this is a neck corrector, and it says it can relieve neck pain in minutes because it stretches the cervical spine. So I welcome in E-Turner. I've got this from the store with the big W on it too for about the same price, because I think they were running like specials on all these products. They like were right together in the what's it called? It's like a section of the store, like where they keep the exercise stuff. So hopefully that could be something you can use and something that's helpful for you or somebody that you know. As far as TikTok shop recommendations, some of the products that we've gone over this week have been, I got this sun visor cell phone holder. And this is a clip that allows you to like attach it to your visor. And then you can attach your phone here. And this is good for making videos while you're driving. So that way you can stay hands-free. And also in my car, my navigation is kind of like dated. So I use Google Maps on my phone. And so also this keeps it at eye level, so I don't have to keep looking down. So that's something I got from TikTok shop. And I forgot whose page recommended it, but I got it on sale at the time. And I think this was only a few dollars. A lot of the TikTok shop stuff I catch on sale. That's a trick. But then also Disaster Drama Queen is in the room. She had a recommendation for an emergency radio. So I was able to get mine ordered the other day. I forget how much this is price wise, but if you click her page, she'll have it in her storefront. And this one doesn't have a picture, so I'll take it out the box. But welcome in Creatively Chris. How are you? Thank you for joining. How's your week been? But this is what the emergency radio looks like. And so it has the antenna on there, and it has the cords on the back. And this is something that can help, like if the power goes out, if the Wi-Fi is down, but you still need to, stay on top of things. This is something good to add to your emergency preparedness kit. And for more emergency preparedness tips, make sure you tap on Disaster Drama Queen's page, because she's doing the live challenge too. Let's see, what else do we have? I've got some new finds that I've gotten today. And I think I got these at the recommendation of Dr. Lisa. So for those who may not know, Dr. Lisa is a creator on TikTok, and she also has like an agency. And I stumbled across her page one day, just randomly scrolling on TikTok. And normally I'm a social media lurker. So I usually like bookmark what I like and I just kind of hang out. I don't comment. I don't post content or anything. But when I stumbled across Dr. Lisa's page, she was giving tips on how to live stream on TikTok. And there was a community of people who were beginners, just like me, creating, and they inspired me to like just try it. And so here I am a week in. But some of the recommendations that she made include a clicker. So thank y'all so much for the tabs. Thank you, Maurice Prince 602, for the heart me the love you so much heart. Love you too. And so with this one, this is one of the clickers that Dr. Lisa recommended. I haven't gotten a chance to try this one out. This one came less than an hour ago as well. But apparently you could connect this to your phone some kind of way and it'll click the heart so you can kind of save your fingers. There's another version of it that she recommended that I did try because I got this earlier today. And this is what it looks like. Sorry, Tricky TV 14. I don't want to battle. I'm turning down battles because I'm still to do. But this one is another version of the clicker. Let me see if I can turn it on. But you can set it at different speeds and you clip it to your phone. And so it can tap the screen for you. So the way y'all are sending those hearts up, this can do it for you. And I did it earlier today. It's worth it. It's worth it. I think I turned it up too high though, because I had it on 11 at first and it was going steady, but then I turned it all the way up to like 50 or something. And then it cut off on me. But maybe it was because it wasn't charged because I just did it right after the box. So maybe you just need to charge it first. But this one's good to go. But I'll try the other one out and compare them and let y'all know which one I think is better. But those were two recommendations that were useful for me so far. Another one that I got was a lavalier mic. And so this one came in less than an hour ago as well. And so I'll be trying this out over the weekend just to see if I can get better sound quality for the lives and things like that. So that's all of the products that we have gone over this week. But I do have a few more for you in the form of book recommendations and then an app recommendation. So the first book recommendation that came up yesterday was Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi. Thank you, Nancy Marson, for joining. How are you today? And so this is a book that I've read maybe a few years back. So I need to go back and reread it. But it's kind of like I don't want to say Afrofuturistic book, but it's like definitely like fantasy. It has magic. The characters have powers and things like that. But I have to go back to read it to remember what the plot is. But I just remember it was really, really good. It was so good that I went out and I bought the second book in this series, which is called Children of Virtue and Vengeance. And so I'm going to go back and read the first book so I can be fresh and then go right into the second book. And so I think these are two reads that you'll enjoy. Also, another book that I did not mention, so this is the first recommendation for this week, is, y'all, if y'all could see my desk, y'all would be like, how are you even able to function in here? But such is life with ADHD. But this one is called Nikki Giovanni. That's the author, the poet, A Good Cry. And so when we were talking about grief earlier this week, this could be a good read because in this one, I believe she had lost her mother And so a lot of the poems tend to be about her mother in this collection. But I ended up grabbing this one off my bookshelf because one day I was just feeling really sad. And I was like, you know what? It's time to pull out a good cry. So this might be one you might enjoy if you're in the mood for some poetry. Um, what else do we have? Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank you for interacting with the live. But some more book recommendations. This one I got from the store with the big W. It's the God Goals Growing and Glowing journal. This is what I'm going to be putting all my ideas in for 2026. Probably what I'm going to be using to plan out my content for the rest of the challenge. So that way I can be more on point. And then I forgot about these magazine recommendations. I got these magazines from Sprouts. So when we had that talk about long grief, I ended up using AI to look up like what a definition of it would be, because of course I'm not a medical professional. I'm just speaking off of lived experience. But I started thinking about when the topic came to me, I started thinking about, like, you know how they said long vid 19, think 2020, and the long-term effects of having that illness. And so I was like, grief is kind of the same way. And then I thought maybe I should look it up and see if that's actually a clinical term. And it is. It's the term is, I think, long term. Let me double check my sources. Long grief. Real time. Yeah, prolonged grief disorder, or PGD, is the, I guess, clinical term. But the reason I brought that up was because the source that AI cited for that clinical definition was verywell.com. And verywell.com is this actual uh, printer of these magazines. But anyway, I get these magazines from Sprouts, and they kind of stick out to me because they kind of focus on different conditions. And so this one focuses on autism, this one ADHD, and then this one, it comes from Eating Well, but this one like has the Mind Diet. So Sprouts is a really good place to kind of find some of these magazines related to health. Like they have articles, recipes, different things like that. So that's something that might be helpful. And I don't know. I don't know where everybody's located, but you know, if you don't have a Sprouts, maybe you can visit the website. Also, something else that I've been doing this week, of course, is sitting in on different people's lives and getting different recommendations for things. And so earlier I got the opportunity to sit in on Vibe Wellness's live, and she was talking about wellness for women over 40. And so she made a recommendation. It's called the Mind Trainer app, and it has like different things as far as sound therapy. So that's something that you could probably download and be able to get, like if you want to meditate or just kind of zone out a bit. That could be something. So it's the Mind Trainer app, and I think it's available in the App Store. But that was a long drawn out list of products that we were able to go over this week, and hopefully out of that long list there was something you could use, and hopefully out of all the topics that we've covered this week, that was something that you could use. So yeah, but I am going to pause for just a second. Thanks for the encouragement. Let me pause for just a second. I'm just going to grab a drink. Well, I guess y'all are going to watch me figure it out, because I could have sworn I paused earlier. There we go. Okay, so I'm back. But thank y'all for the hearts. Thank you for the gifts. Maurice Prince 602, I saw you throwing those gifts out earlier. I think those were a couple of the 2026s and the finger hearts. And thank y'all for sharing out the live as well. So when it comes to the product recommendations and things like that, I'll continue to sprinkle those throughout. I'm still learning the process of how to get access to becoming a TikTok shop affiliate and stuff like that. And so for right now, I'm just giving you the recommendations, but hopefully there'll be a way where I can like put the storefront link there, or I'm still also trying to figure out how to be able to like add my own link, so I can add like a link tree or something similar where everything can be posted and easy for you to get to, but still learning the ropes. But yeah, but that's the entire recap of everything we've talked about so far this week, all of the things we've looked at this week. But as far as some of the topics that have come up this week, like in just in I guess would it be pop culture or social media, I wanted to touch on a couple of things because I think it could be like a really cool discussion. So when it comes to what's it called? The wait, where I just lost it. Oh my gosh. And this is why I need bullet points. So there was something else that I was going to talk about that was like in social media that happened, but I guess I don't need to talk about that topic since it went blank from my mind. But something else I wanted to talk about, or just kind of get y'all's thoughts on, is the Drewski skit, because I know that's something that's pretty popular right now that's going around. Thank you for joining, Coretta D Doll. How are you? So yeah, but I saw the skit and I thought it was hilarious. And I say that as someone who grew up in the church. I was definitely a church kid, and I thought it was hilarious. It was accurate. And of course, that's not to say all churches or all pastors act like that, but you know, when you've been to multiple places and multiple things, you can see that. So you've seen different things. Okay, you're welcome. Yeah. Um, Thank you for joining. Thank you for the heart puff. I didn't see it come across my screen, but I saw the notification. But yeah, so that's something that I thought was pretty cool, and it was cool to see the I guess the back and forth and the discourse on it. And so yeah, that'll probably come up in some of the topics that we talk about, or that I address over the next lives or whatever, because I've been really in my deconstruction phase, and I would like to talk about some of the things that I've been exploring and coming up with and things like that, and some of those sources and stuff. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting topic. um, but yeah, I'm trying to think of what else happened that came up. Mm. Oh, like the news headlines about everything that's going on in the world, but I don't even want to talk about that. I don't have the energy for that. But I don't know. How is everybody handling or protecting their mental health in spite of everything that's happening in the world, particularly in the US? And thank y'all for those hearts and liking the live. Um, I'll say this. I've been just focusing on health and healing. And I've been focusing on creating. and focusing on my work and keeping my vibrations up. They got me one day. I ended up going down a rabbit hole. And I think I joined HalleyQ's live one morning, and someone left in the comments, some encouraging words and got me reset and back refocused. And, so that was what I needed. So, yeah, but that's pretty much how I've been handling it. I told a coworker that I felt like, I just feel like kind of like the Joker. Y'all know that meme of the Joker walking away from the burning building, just smiling, da 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 da. Like that's how I feel. Da 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 da. You know, craziness. But yeah, that's been kind of my response to that stuff. Yeah. But as far as the length of the session tonight, I was trying to do some music so I could have like some different segments and stuff like that, but I couldn't figure the music part out. But I'm trying for the first time to do the 2 hours. And so I'm just like, how do you feel 2 hours of time? So, but the first day that I did the live, it was 30 minutes. Then the second day, I stretched myself to an hour. The third day, I set myself to an hour, but we ended up staying for like an hour and 5, an hour and 10. And last night, which was the fourth night, I ended up doing like an hour and 5 exactly. And so tonight I was stretching myself to do the 2 hours, but I honestly don't know if I have enough to fill the 2 hours. But yeah. But when it comes to the pop-ups, though, some of the things that I'm thinking about um, doing for those pop-ups would be like the study sessions. Also thinking about doing like twisting and stuff like that because I got to do my hair. I've had this hat on all week because I've just been putting off doing my hair. So that I might do that. I don't know. It's just probably going to be heckle random this weekend. Is it? Let's see. So, Elmeek, you go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 and Sundays at 4 Eastern Standard Time. Do you tend to talk about the same topics, or do you tend to like change your topics up each stream? Oh, you've been going every day too. How has it been going for you? Welcome in, Francisco Ramirez, 8180. How are you? How's your week been? Marius Prince 602. When do you plan on going live? Because I said I'll show you how to do it. Let's see. Yeah. So I've been learning this platform, and there's a lot to learn. A lot to learn. Welcome in. I'm Nice 522. How are you? How's your week been? You said it's usually connected to overthinking some kind of way, but sometimes we just hang out on pop-ups. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've noticed that a few people were just doing hangout sessions. But yeah, when it comes to overthinking, I overthink all the time. And it honestly wasn't until I started taking my ADHD medication that it feels like my brain kind of slowed down a little bit. It's still there, but I feel like I can kind of get through a lot better. You say you forget what we spoke about the night that I came in. Oh yeah. My brain. escapes me. I'm sorry. Oh goodness. My brain is on to because like I legit last night could not remember what I talked about on Monday night. I couldn't remember. I had to go back and look at the I had to look back at the live topics to remember what I talked about on Monday night. Um so you said you made so many PowerPoints. Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually what part of what I do in my day job. I work in training and development, and so part of what I do is I put a lot of slide decks together and e-learning courses. And prior to that, I was a teacher, and that I was in Google Slides all the time. So it could be a lot. Welcome in, Mark Peterson. Thank you for joining. How's your week been? We're just going over our week in review so far. Welcome to My Testimony is Enough. Thank you for joining. How's your week been? We're just reviewing our week and going over different topics and just hanging out. Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I've I've ended my week. I actually had a 4-day work week this week. And so today I was actually off, but still had a lot to do. So it still kind of feels like I had to work today. But other than that, it's been a good week. This is my first week going live. And so this is my 5th night of it. And so I just was doing a recap of everything that we covered this week in the live sessions. And so we do product reviews and life lessons sprinkled in between. And so the first night was just an introduction to that concept. And then the second night, we talked about managing your mental health in a busy world. And this third night, we talked about long grief. So what are some coping skills for when you've lost someone, and as the time goes on, grief doesn't really go away. It just shifts and changes. Then there's last night, coming out of hiding. So that's what this week has been so far. But yeah. Sorry, I gotta turn this heat off because it is cold. It's getting hot. I got this little mini heater at the bottom of my feet, and it's warmed up the whole room. But yeah, I'll be doing some pop-ups this weekend. I have no idea what the topic is going to be. It'll probably be just some hangouts and things like that. But it's just next Monday. I'll have my notes. Oh, thanks for joining. And thanks for those hearts and those likes. Hanging out with me on a Friday night. What do y'all got planned? Are y'all gonna hang out or do anything, or y'all just winding down? Because I know after this live, I'm going to go wind down. I gotta go grocery shopping in the morning, and I like to go during quiet hours, or what do they call sensory hours, or I forget the other term that they use for it, but I like to go first thing in the morning because that's when the stores are empty. and I don't get so overwhelmed. Okay, you're getting ready to go live yourself. How long does your live last? Because I know it starts at 7. Because if you're still on, once I hop out of this live, I'll jump to your room. Okay, so it's later tonight. It's the content creator truth or dare on short stuff's page. Okay, cool. Thank you for those roses and thank you for those likes. So it depends on who's in there. Oh, okay. So is it like a mic thing, like where like people can be called up, or is it just like y'all are collaborating? Okay, you'll be in there at least 30 minutes. Cool. Yeah, I've been getting and this is slightly different, but I've been getting requests to co-host and excuse me. I've been thinking those are like, hold on, let me get myself together. I've been thinking those are like battle requests, and I'm like, I'm still new to the platform. I don't know how to battle, so I've just been declining every single request. But I've sat in. You said it probably is, yeah, because I've sat in on a couple of battles and I've participated in a couple battles on other people's pages, but I'm not with the smoke, with the smoke, not just yet. Welcome in, Simo Whitley. Thanks for joining. How's your week been going today? We've been just sitting here hanging out, talking about our week in review. But yeah, I'm not ready to battle, not at all. And also, like some of the challenges, I've been trying to figure out how to reach them, and I was looking over my my analytics, and it said that I need to do so many lives without violations. And this is my 5th time going live, and it says I've only had one without a violation. And so I'm like, where can I see what the violation was? But you said, yeah, it takes practice and strategy. Yeah, absolutely. I might have participated in like 3 or 4 of them, and I was only on one team that actually won. And then you said, you don't like them either. You're not ready either, Simo. Yeah, and I'm just not. Well, I take that back, because I was gonna say I'm just not a competitive spirit, but I can be at times. I can be. I like doing board games. I like doing cards and dominoes and all that kind of stuff. So I can get competitive, but I don't know. I just haven't been on like virtually competitive. Okay, so Simo Whitley, you're a newbie. Let me click on yours and see. Oh, see, I probably got a violation for tapping my screen. I'm trying to see your page. Professional licensed nail technician. Ooh, I'm gonna have to check your site out. So do you go live just yet, or are you planning on going live, doing any of those challenges, Simo? Also, if you're comfortable sharing, what city or state are you located? Okay, you've been on live. Okay, Detroit. I've never been. I've never been, but I'd like to visit it at some point. Lots of history in that city. But yeah, it's been an experience going live this week, but it's me stepping out of my comfort zone. So hopefully as I continue to do it, I'll get better. We'll see how often I go live after the 30 days, but it's It's an experience. You said, where am I located? I am in OKC. So I'm in Oklahoma City. You said, absolutely, it's a beautiful city. Okay, yes, absolutely. I follow a couple of creators because I'm more of a YT person. Like, I'm new to TikTok, so a lot of the TikTok creators I'm new to, but over on YT I follow like Aaron on Demand, another creator, Latasha James. They both do like marketing content, but they're located in Detroit or near Detroit. So those are the two that come to mind when I think of that. Let's see what else. Okay, so Simo, you said you usually go live once a day, and you said, what content do I create? So I create content based on product recommendations for tech, health, home, style, and so I just want to provide something you can use. And so just stuff you can use in daily life. I thought it'd be a kind of a cool, clever way to do some stuff with TikTok Shop, affiliates, and all that kind of stuff. So that's the angle, that's the goal. But we sprinkle life lessons in between. And so some of the topics that we've talked about this week have been long grief. We've talked about, what else did we talk about? See, my brain. We've talked about my brain, neurodivergence, like how to take care of your mental health in a busy world. And we've also talked about how to step out of your comfort zone and come out of hiding. So, yeah, those have been the topics so far. Cool. So, yeah, it's been a journey so far. I'm challenging myself and stretching myself to do the 2 hours tonight. So I'm coming up on hour number 1, and I wasn't expecting to go through the full entire content this week, this fast. So we'll see. We'll be hanging out for the next hour. Um, but yeah, thank you for the roses and the taps. I appreciate those. Um, but let's see. Do y'all have any more questions for me? Because I'm kind of drawing a blank. I'm running out of ideas. I'm not naturally a talker. Oh, thank you for the roses. The roses. There's a difference. I learned that this week. But yeah, what else do I have over here? Okay, so you're gonna see if you can get started. 2 hours is hard. Yes, it is. It is. How long have I been doing TikTok? This is my 5th day live streaming, and so but it's like my second week or third week on TikTok because I'm normally a lurker on social media. I normally don't participate, but I ended up coming across Dr. Lisa's page, and she teaches a lot about going live and stuff like that. And so I came across a lot of other people who were beginner live streamers here on TikTok, and so I got inspired to start the channel. And so I've been repurposing like a lot of my old ideas that I have for content to meet this platform. Because another secret that I shared earlier this week was I've been filming content on the low for other platforms, mainly YT, for the past decade on and off, but I never released it. So I have to figure out how to repurpose it and re-release it, or and release it for the first time. Okay, so yes, you're an avid crocheter and you met some ladies who talked about Dr. Lisa. Yes, she's really good. She's really good at teaching, and she's really like her room is very inviting and welcoming. I don't know how long you've been on TikTok, but I've been to some rooms who that have not necessarily been that way. Like you could feel the tension, but with hers, it was very positive. Um, you said if you are up at 9 p.m. So my time, I'm going to share Short Sales Live info. Okay, yes, amazing, thank you. I think we're connected, but yes, definitely send that to me and I'll pop in. Thank you. Um, Play content creator truth or dare is fun. Ooh, it sounds fun. It sounds fun. It sounds like it can get pretty fun. Welcome in, Michelle. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, so you've been on about 4 weeks. How have you enjoyed it so far? And has it helped your business? Or do you even cover your business content? I'm just assuming so since you have your nails on there. Okay, you're with the agency too. Simo or um, Michelle? Okay. Oh, y'all are connecting. Yay. Connected in my room. That is so cool. Michelle, how has your week been so far? We're just hanging out, talking about our weeks and making connections and talking about being new content creators. This is my 5th day live streaming. But yeah, when I'm planning out my content over this weekend, I think I'm going to be figuring out, I'm going to think of it like a TV show or like a radio show. You know how they have segments? I think that'll help me fill up the time. Also, if I can figure out the music piece, that can help fill up some time. So yeah. But you said you had a ball your debut live. Good. I'm glad. Um yeah, it's fun. It's fun. My first live was a hot mess, but it was fun and everybody in the room seemed to enjoy it. Welcome in, C Hud. How's your week been? You said your client talked to your chat the whole time because she had 2.5-inch nails. How long have you been doing nails? Oh, people were asking about her long nails. And thank y'all for the shares. Ooh, 34 years. Okay. Over 60,000 likes. Let's go. Yes, that's great. That's pretty successful debut. Yeah, so for 34 years, you have a lot that you could teach. Are you into teaching or you just like to show the designs and do it like more for marketing? You teach. Yep. So, fun fact, random fact, I was in high school when they had this like this program. It was like a tech. We went to, it's called Metro Tech here in the city, and so you would do your high school classes at the day and then go to the technical school in the afternoon. And so I originally was going to go for nail technician, but I end up dropping the program. No, I ended up not being able to get into the program. And so then I had to do my second, yeah, Votech. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. But yeah, I ended up having to do the second, my second choice, which was daycare. But then I ended up dropping that one because my high school ended up doing a music theory class and they couldn't fix my schedule. So I had to choose. And at that time, I thought I was going to be a band director anyway. So I chose it, but I initially started off wanting to do nails, but never made it. Okay, live will end in 4:58. Detected inactivity during my live. What? Okay, so I put the puzzle piece. Okay, but thank you for commenting and keeping that going. They said they have it here in Detroit schools, or used to, and self-taught. Thank you for those likes. Yeah, yeah. And I think those type of programs are really good because it gives young people job skills, and especially for some of those more creative arts like nail tech, cosmetology. Um, those are definitely fields that they can get into and have a lucrative career, even if it's something that they decide to transition out of later. Okay, you watched a family member do it and decided to give it a go. Yeah. Well, shouts out to that family member for inspiring you. Yeah. Welcome in. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Is it Baby Halima Howard? Welcome in. How's your live going? Or your live? Your week. But if you are going live, how has that been going for you? You had clientele in the 8th grade? Interesting. That reminds me of my I had a classmate and he would, play around and do makeup, and like he got really good at it. And so him and another friend would, do the makeup for all the girls when it came to like the proms or dances or whatever. And he ended up eventually becoming a professional makeup artist. Like he's really good. He ended up doing my makeup for the pageant. I did a pageant when I was in college, and he did a really good job. Welcome in, Raymond Adams. Thank you for the follow and thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming in to the live. How's your week doing? How's your week going? But yeah, we're just hanging out talking about our weekend review. Am I born and raised in Oklahoma? So I was raised in Oklahoma, but I was born in Oakland, California. But yeah, been in Oklahoma since I was 5 years old, and left for work, lived in California, Texas, then came on back to Oklahoma for work, following the work, basically. Oh, it's a big jump. Oh, yes. It's definitely a big jump. It's like going to two different worlds. But I learned a lot from taking that leap. I learned a lot from taking that leap for sure. So basically, it was my husband and I, and we were unemployed and underemployed. So I had just lost my first teaching job as a teacher because I was like swept up in a layoff. and they laid off 122 teachers in the district. And of course, being new, we got cut first. So, and my husband, he was working as a medical assistant at the time, and he wasn't getting like a lot of hours. So he had a job, but he wasn't getting a lot of hours. So we took the leap, packed everything up that we could fit in our car, cleaned out our townhome. We were either giving away stuff, donating it, or throwing it away. And took whatever we could fit in our car and went across country. And funny thing about that story is the car broke down on the way. So it broke down in New Mexico, and we ended up having to stop and get it fixed. But we eventually got there, and I got there in time enough to go to an open interview for teachers, and I had a job within 2 hours. So that was how that went. Welcome in, Bernadette. Thank you for joining the live. How's your week going? You said so you went to school to become a dance major, but ended up switching majors to education. Okay. Yeah. Allah's will. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes things are just in alignment. They don't necessarily work out exactly the way we think it's going to go, but it still ends up working out for our good. But yeah, you have a BFA in dance. Nice. So what kind of dance do you like the most? Like what genre? I guess would it be still considered genre or a type of dance, style of dance? I think that would be the right. Let's see. Oh, about okay, yeah, about going and still getting there for the job. Yeah. Yeah. So I am looking at this thing and I'm trying to figure out what it's doing. Welcome in, Mikey M. How's your week going? You taught dance until you got vertigo. Okay. Yeah, vertigo is no joke. I ended up getting that when I or at least realizing what it was when I ended up at in Texas, and I ended up having to take off work cuz mine got so bad. It's like everything just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning. You can't get your balance. It sucks. Had it for 15 years. Yeah. Yeah, I have spells from time to time of it, but it's not like a constant for me. Welcome in, Graham Rossi. Thank you so much for joining. How's your week going after having your son? How's your son? He's right at 15. Okay. Mallory Noel. Thank you for joining. How's your week going? We're just sitting here catching up, hanging out, talking about our week in review. Welcome in, Marley's Bona. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, but how's your week going? Am I still teaching? No, no, not teaching anymore. Um, that got to be a lot for me. So I ended up having to switch. So I'm now an instructional designer. So I'm in training and development. And so I still get to use all those skills, but I just stay in the back a lot. So, like if they're doing a presentation, I'll build the slideshow, but somebody else is usually facilitating. Now, if they need extra hands or extra people to present or facilitate, then I'll step up front, but that's few and far between. Welcome in, Michelle Gagliano. How's your week going? We're just sitting here hanging out, catching up on our week in review. This is my first week live streaming, and so this is day number 5, and I'm still figuring it out. Simo, how did your vertigo go away? I don't really remember. Welcome in, Mark A. McQueen 391. How are you? How's your week going? So my I don't remember how it went away. I don't even know what triggers it. I don't know how it pops up. Yeah, I probably need to go get it looked at, but I have so many other health issues that kind of take precedence that I just haven't followed up on it. But how do you deal with yours? Like and manage it? Yeah, I have other stuff. It's like nothing nothing that's life threatening per se, but just lots of pain. Lots of pain, lots of management. Yeah, pray because there's no cure. Yeah. Yeah, with some things it's just management. I will say this though, I one thing that I've found to help me like with some of my other health stuff is going whole food plant based. I did that for a time during COVID, and it was the best that I ever felt. At that time, I was walking every day, um, and had a lot of time to like pray, meditate, do a lot of self care. I wasn't too stressed out during that time, and it seemed to like really help a lot of the pain and health issues that I was struggling with. Something else that seemed to help is chiropractic care. So that's something that I started doing a couple of years ago, and that's helped me with some of my balance issues, my pain in my spine because I have degenerative disc that I deal with, and so chiropractor has helped. Welcome in, Corinne Lindy. How are you? How's your week going? We're just sitting here catching up on our week. Simo, you said because of it, you also suffer from extreme migraines. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, migraines aren't fun either. I had welcome in, Zach Wise. We're catching up, talking about our week. How's your week been? So I had like every year, my cousins and I do a cousins trip. We didn't do one this past year, but prior to, we were doing like yearly cousin trips around our grandmother's birthday so we could remember our grandmother. And so we had this outing that we were going to, and I just felt like like an elephant was sitting on my neck, like on my spine. And come to find, and it was like causing these really bad migraines. So I went to the doctor, and they looked at it and gave me medicine, but the medicine wasn't working. So that's when I went to the chiropractor and found out that my spine, because it's supposed to have like that natural curve, it was curved 7 degrees in the opposite direction. So that was what was causing the headaches for me. Welcome in, Fester. How you doing? How's your week going? Um, so you say your hubby is a personal trainer. You work out. You cook for your family. No beef, no pork. Yeah, that's good. And eating at home really helps. That's what I'm working on is getting back into eating at home consistently because we eat out way too much. And you have DDD also. Yeah, so you can relate to the challenge and the pain. Some of the products. I don't know if you were here earlier for some of the product recommendations, but I do have some of these things that I'm trying out. And I don't know where about your pain is, but I've heard things about acupressure. And so this is something that I got from the store with a big W on it that I can't say. And so this cupping thing, I'm going to try it out and see how it works. But a lot of people have recommended acupuncture, but I got to get my mind over the needles. I'm scared of needles. You said spinal leak from your epidural caused the migraines along with a pseudotumor. Oh my goodness. My goodness, that sounds painful. Yeah. But that was one of the product recommendations, but I'm glad you were able to get through that, but I just hate that you're still in pain from it. You see the chiropractor for your Menares? Okay. I know it's chiropractic care has been life changing for me. And then I also started going to do physical therapy, which I had been sleeping on physical therapy, but that has helped me as well. You said just the migraines are painful. Yeah. I don't know if this will help with migraines. This is more so for like your cervical neck thing, because that's where a lot of my pain is. So I'm gonna try this out and see how it works. I also have like this neck stretcher thing that I use. It like has the blood pressure cuff and it stretches out your neck. And then what is it? The massage gun, but yeah. But I pray you healing and stuff like that. You said your neuro said vestibular won't help me. You prescribed a newer medication. Yeah. That's a journey to see like what works and then if it, becomes a cycle of things that don't work, it's very frustrating. But hopefully this round works for you to get you some relief. But yeah. But that's a lot of what we talked about on Monday was just like managing when you still have responsibilities, but you still have pain and like there's opportunity cost associated with that. And that's something that you mentioned too, like you had to change careers because of it. So um, yeah, that's something that I don't think a lot of people understand unless they're going through something similar. So definitely sending well wishes and prayers. But yeah, TikTok was threatening to shut me down a little bit ago. They said I had inactivity. But people are coming in. Uh, Butterfly 50, welcome in. Thank you for joining. How's your week going? We're talking about our week in review. But yeah, they were threatening to shut me down. So I didn't that wasn't something else I didn't know that could happen. Maurice Prince 602, you still hanging in there? I'm trolling Maurice Prince 602 because that's my husband. So if you hear me say anything weird to him, that's why. Welcome in, Christopher Calloway. How are you doing? How's your week going? You said the puzzle piece does pop up every now and then. Okay. Yeah. So now I know to look out for it. Hey, thank you for stopping in. We're just talking about our weekend review. I'm a new live streamer, and so this is my 5th week doing it. Doing it as part of a 30-day challenge, and so I'm just trying to figure it out. So, but I do appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, that puzzle piece came up, so I know to look out for that. I know now that the request, when they come in, that's usually a request to battle. I don't know when I'll be ready to battle. Um, and welcome back, Mark Peterson. Thanks for coming back through. But yeah, so those are a few things that I know. I don't know how to look up my violations though, because apparently I've been violating in these live streams, probably saying stuff that I can't say on TikTok live or whatever, but I just don't know what or where to get that information. So I know yesterday I slipped up and I said the store with the big W's name on it. And I might have said YT, another platform that we watch videos on. I might have said that name a lot of times. But other than that, I don't know. But I was in someone else's live stream earlier today, and they didn't say anything, and they ended up getting a violation, but someone suggested appealing. And so I think she followed through with that, but I don't know how that turned out. But yeah, how's everyone's week going? What are our plans for tonight? What's for dinner? I know for me, I had my husband and I, we had Chinese food. So when we can't figure out what to eat, we always go to the Chinese food place down the street. And I don't necessarily eat Chinese food. I'm very particular, with what I eat and stuff. Like I tend to eat the same things, and that's something I'll probably get into on another topic on another live. But I tend to eat the fried jumbo shrimp, and so but he normally gets the chow mein foon, and so that's like our board when we can't figure out what to eat dinner. But normally when I ask that question, people kind of share what they plan to eat for that night. And so there was one night, it seemed like everybody's go-to meal was spaghetti. So I guess that's another quick and easy meal to make. But yeah, but that was ours for tonight. But I will be doing some pop-ups over the weekend. I'm still not sure what the topic will be or what the time will be, but I will be taking some time this weekend to plan out content. So that way, when Monday night's live comes back around, I will have bullet points and it'll be more structured and it'll be more of an experience. But today is more of a hangout. But what this is doing though, it's very helping me to stretch my comfort zone, and it's also helping me to stretch my creativity, because now I got to come up with some creative ways to engage. And especially with tonight's challenge, I challenged myself to fill 2 hours, and I was done with all of my talking points in like 45 minutes. So I was like, okay, well, I guess the rest of this is going to be a hangout. But yeah, that's that. But I still have like 30 minutes to meet my goal, and it's intense. I've been on lives though. I've been in rooms where the people, like, I fell asleep and they were on live, and I wake up and they're still on live, like going all night. But I think it's because of one or two things. I've heard that some creators, like some of the ones who like do this for real, they took like some breaks like around the holidays and stuff like that. And so when they took their breaks or whatever, it kind of messed up their engagement. So they have to kind of get back on the grind to kind of get their numbers and things back up. So that's one thing I've heard. Another thing I've heard is maybe like it's a challenge or something like that. But I saw a few, like a handful of creators doing that, and like I'm like, whoa, y'all are on like 24/7, and I'm like, more power to you. um, but yeah, I just don't know what's behind that. With me being new and all. But I'd be interested to find out what it is. But yeah, one creator who did that though, she teaches. So she was teaching people how to get that engagement up on TikTok, how to live stream, how to do all of that. So I could see how you could fill up a lot of time with that. But the others, I think it was like more hangouts and stuff like that. So that one's a little more challenging to keep going for that full time period. But yeah. But I do thank y'all for hanging out. I thank y'all for joining, hitting those hearts, those taps, those likes. I got 11.9 thousand likes. Let's go. I've got those 10 heart me's up there. So I'm doing good for my first week in review, going live and making connections and stepping out of my comfort zone and doing the thing. But yeah, I'm interested in a few different things for next week though, but I gotta see. Thank you for the heart me. Thanks, Christopher, for the heart me. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Um, were y'all here for my book recommendations? I don't want to repeat myself if I already showed them to you, but I had a few book recommendations here. And so I recommended these earlier this week. And so here's one of them. It's called Children of Blood and Bone. So if you're into fantasy, this one is good. They have magic and things like in that, and I think it takes place in Nigeria. And so I think it might take place in the future if I remember. But it's been a few years since I've read this book, so I have to go back and read it again for to get the plot and everything like that. But this is it was a good read. I do remember, and so I don't mind reading it again. But I want to read this again so that I can read this one because this is the second book in the series. So this one's called Children of Virtue and Vengeance, and so yeah, I'm excited about it. The author's name is Tomi Adeyemi, and she's written both books, and I think there might be a third book in the series, but I don't have that one yet. But those might be some good reads for you if you're into that kind of thing. And then something else that I have here is a poetry book, and this is, hold on, let me get that out of the way. Nikki Giovanni's A Good Cry. And so part of the topics that we talked about this week, because again, here we do product recommendations with life lessons sprinkled in between. And so earlier we were doing one of those topics, those life lessons from earlier this week was long grief. And so we talked about what it feels like and how grief shifts as it goes along, because it never really truly goes away because you can never get a person back. And so, we talked about what that looks like. And so with this one, A Good Cry, I think Nikki Giovanni had lost her mom at the time. And so a lot of these poems are about her mom. So this was something I picked up one day when I was sad, and I just started reading a couple poems a day, and it kind of helped me. So if that's your vibe, that might be a good pick for you. But yeah, those are some of those recommendations that we have from earlier in the week. Which we lost Nikki Giovanni last year, I believe. Fun fact. I am a poet and a writer, and so when I was researching MFA programs, Virginia Tech was one of the programs that I was looking into because Nikki Giovanni taught there, and so yeah, I missed that opportunity to learn from her directly. But I was thinking about it, but I didn't know enough about Virginia to go to Virginia other than that. So, which I have other family members in the DMV, but they don't live directly in Virginia. They're more like on the DC, Maryland side. But is anyone on here from the DMV or familiar with the DMV? I have a cousin that I need to go visit, come to think of it. Yes, what else do I have over here? The week in review. The week in review. I'm trying to see if I can pull something up real quick. Try searching to get started. Sign in. For some reason, my computer keeps logging me out of stuff, like all of my accounts, and maybe it's overloaded because I'm signed. I have too many tabs open. This week in review. Okay, let's see what we got here. It's loading, it's loading, it's loading. It's not letting me see it. Okay, great. Of course, it's gonna freeze because I need it right now, but it's fine. It's fine. Thank you for the like. But I don't know. At this point, I'm willing to ask for requests. That was what I was going to try to see too. If there was some type of way to do some type of like poll or survey, so that way I can get insight into what people are interested in, and to get insight into um, different topics and things like that. Because this one's pretty wide, like a wide ranging thing, which is good because it gives me plenty of topics to talk about, but it's kind of hard to drill it down. So it's kind of like a catch-22. But I have some more stuff coming in from TikTok Shop. I should be getting it in the next couple of weeks, and it just helped me to like do my setup a little better, like with the lighting and all that kind of stuff, because I kind of want to see if I can create like a professional look and feel um, to the live as well. Again, I'm looking at segments, creating segments so it can be like a show type of thing. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from there. Then also something else I'm going to be doing is working on content for my Shayna Like Dana page, which is the page that'll have my poetry and my writing and all that kind of stuff on there. So I'm excited about that one. I know exactly what to do on that on that one. It's this one that is me stretching myself. But yeah. But I'm excited. I got 20 more minutes to hit my 2 hour goal. So let's see if I can finesse my way through these next 20 minutes. Um Wait, what's this? Huh. What's today? How is it past due if it was due today? My bad. I'm starting reading stuff out loud. But yeah. But yeah, thank you for liking the live because I'm literally just sitting here. But yes, oh, I'm up to 12K. Yay. I made it to 12K, 12,000 likes. But yeah, just any engagement at this point will at least keep the puzzle piece from popping back up, hopefully. You got to run, but you'll catch me tomorrow. Well, thank you so much for spending the time here that you did. Thank you so much. And if I catch you on I'll hop in your room as well. But have a good night. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I plan to. I'm going to get some good sleep tonight. Yes, sirree, Bob. Oh, come on now. Man, this is really making me feel like I'm at work because all of my tech is not working. And you know how, like, when you're at work and everything's fine as long as no one's looking at you, but when people are actually looking at you, then everything wants to break. That is what's happening right now. But it is fine. This is part of my learning process. I just know I need to come up with more content to fill the time. Ugh. The awkwardness is killing me. Oh, wait, I have something I want to try. The awkwardness is killing me. That's supposed to be the awkward sound? I just figured out how to do that, but that doesn't sound like awkwardness. Let's see. That sounds closer to awkwardness. But anyway, I'm just pushing buttons at this point. That's what it was. I was going to talk about the sinner's snub. That's what I was going to talk about. The movie was immaculate. It was so good. We saw it 3 times. And the cool thing about that movie is it felt like a historical fiction piece, which is I love. I love any historical fiction um, novels, any historical fiction movies. Like, and spoiler alert if anyone's still listening, but you don't even get to the vampire part until like at least an hour in. Like, you forget it's a vampire movie, but it's so good that it's fine. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That was a good movie, and life changing for me, um, because the Annie character stood out to me as well, and she was probably like one of my favorite characters. But yeah, that was what I was gonna bring up because that's been across the headlines this week. So project management just came up. And so, one of the things that I'm studying for is my PMP certification. So, one of the things that I'm going to be doing next week as well is pop ups to do study sessions for the PMP certification. So, if anyone else is studying for their PMP certification, this could be something you can use. Or if you just need like body doubling sessions, work on whatever you're working on in the background. That could work as well. So that will be taking place next week as well. Software to manage any project. Jira. Try Jira for free. Oh, okay. I thought they were saying they were offering Jira for free, like completely free and open source. I was like, really? So I'm literally scrolling at this point just to find things to talk about. 15 more minutes. Oh, now you want to work, huh? Okay. Oh, yeah. That came up. Maurice Prince 602. I need you to join again so they don't give me another puzzle piece. Welcome in, Tanita. My year 3615. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Your name. Or 365. How are you? How's your week going? I've just been hanging out in here chatting about my weekend review. This is something you can use. And so here we make product recommendations that you can use in daily life with life lessons sprinkled in between. So this is my 5th day going live. And so basically I've been learning the ropes here on TikTok. I'm new to TikTok. So yeah. But how's your week been going so far? Yeah. So basically this week, as far as the topics on this page, we've been talking about um mental health, like how to manage mental health in a busy world. We've talked about long grief, um, like how does grief look over time, and we've also talked about um, stepping out of your comfort zone and coming out of hiding, so that way you can do whatever it is that you want to do. So those are some of the life lessons that we've gone over earlier. But next week I plan to have much more structured content. I'm going to plan it out and try to like make it more of a segmented type of thing. And today I've challenged myself to be on here for 2 hours. So I'm just literally filling time until until 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. So thank you for coming in. Maurice Prince 602. He done dropped off my stuff. And if you're still there and you're wondering who I'm talking about, I'm just talking about my husband. He normally pops in, but I guess he had to drop. There's nothing on here that is like trending. I'm trying to find something trendy to talk about that can take up 15 minutes. Ah, no, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. This is crazy. Yeah, no. I literally have nothing to talk about at the moment. I had to ask to fill up 10 minutes. Maurice 602, you're back. Ask me a question. Welcome in, Joan Gordon, too. How are you? How's your week going? We've just been hanging out here, sitting here reviewing our week. Filling up time. Welcome in, Maurice Prince 602. No questions. Now, you know I've drawn a blank when I'm about to reference sports. Oh my goodness. But the game last night, the Oklahoma City Thunder versus Houston, man, it was a sight to see because I don't really follow sports, but I did used to watch OG Thunder games, like when Thunder first came to OKC. And so those are the players that I was familiar with. So I recently started watching here and there again. And there's the younger players like the SGA, that era. And so last night watching the Thunder play Houston was surreal because it was like watching the OG Thunder players play the new Thunder players, because Houston had a lot of the OG Thunder players on there. So my husband pointed that out and I was like, that is kind of interesting. But yeah, that's about as far as I can go on sports because I can't even hold a conversation. I don't know the basics. I just know the ball is supposed to go in the hoop. This week in review. Oh, thanks for those hearts. You got any questions? Any questions? Okay, like I'm about to start singing just to take up these last 7 minutes. I'm really not. Y'all don't need to be subjected to that. Welcome in, Lisa Marie. How are you doing? How's your week been? We're just sitting here reviewing our week this week. So this is something you can use, and we make product recommendations for things you can use in your daily life with life lessons sprinkled in between. You said the ball was supposed to go to the hoop. That's what I said. That's what I said. Oh goodness. I earlier, because I challenged myself to go live for 2 hours. And so I am trying to fill up time, and I ran out of things to talk about. So I started talking about sports, which I know nothing about. So I was just saying all I know is that the ball was supposed to go into the hoop. So I did get that part right. Oh my goodness. MOP, where you be? Got another question? You got questions. I've got answers. No questions. Welcome in, Creators Corner 7. How are you? How's your week going? Have you been going live this week? We've just been sitting here, hanging out, talking about the week in review. This is my 5th time going live. Been going live every day this week as part of a 30-day live challenge. So tonight I've challenged myself to go live for 2 hours. Mr. Strew joined. Thank you so much for joining. How's your week going? But yes, so I'm trying to make it these last 5 minutes because I'm pulling at straws here. Welcome, Chavito. How are you? Thank you for coming in. How's your week going? Yep, we're just sitting here talking about our week in review. Had a good week so far. Been going live every day for the last 5 days. It's been a hot mess, but a fun mess. And so we're here trying to take up 5 more minutes so that I can reach my goal of being live for 2 hours today. Let's see. Mama Sandy's tribe joined. Welcome in. How are you today? How's your week going? We've just been hanging out, chilling, talking about our week in review. So this is something you can use. And we've been talking about product recommendations for the week. We also have life lessons in between. So we've had a few topics that we've covered this week, such as mental health and how to manage it in a busy world. We've talked about long grief and what it looks like as it transitions over time. And we've also talked about coming out of your comfort zone and coming out of hiding. So that's a little bit of what this channel is about. Welcome back in, Disaster Drama Queen. How are you? How did your live go last night? And thank you for those hearts. Y'all been tapping it up in the screen tonight. I'm at 12,000.2 hearts. So thank y'all. But yeah, will you be going live tonight at 8? So that would be here in a couple minutes. Oh, you're tired because you were a sub in kindergarten today. Yeah. The kindergartners give you a run for your money. Yes, I have subbed elementary on multiple occasions. I love the littles. I really do. But you have to have energy to keep up with them. Energy. Johnny, stop hitting Timmy 100,000 times. Stacy, sit down. Stacy, sit down. Stacy, sit down. Last night went good. You picked up a couple new fans. Good, good. Glad to hear it. What was the topic for last night? Welcome in, Newfie Joseph. How are you? How's your week going so far? To play Simon Says. Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, welcome to Something You Can Use, where you get your product recommendations for things you can use in your daily life, along with life lessons you can use in your daily life. Um, yeah, so I have been sitting here rambling for the past hour, trying to fill up this time, and I made it. You said how you can use games to improve attention and communication skills. Okay, yes. Welcome in Everyday English. How's your life going? Welcome to Something You Can Use. Um, did I say how's your life going? I mean, how's your week going? I mean, yeah, how is your life going this week? But yeah, games are definitely good to improve attention and communication skills, and um yeah, what you do, you definitely need those skills in the middle of a disaster. Um, yeah. And that just gave me an idea for how I can, um, like something that you gave me something I can use. How about that? Um, but for next week, so as I'm planning out my content, because I was thinking of like doing segments, kind of like a TV show or a radio show, so that way I could fill up the time. Because something that I've come across or noticed about my lives all week is I haven't been able to fill up the time. I think the only night that I had enough talking points, along with enough interest and interaction in a topic, was the night we were talking about long grief. But that was 20 years of experience to pull from. So, not every topic, I won't have that much time or experience to pull from for every single topic. So I was like, I got to get creative on how to fill up the time, especially tonight going live for 2 hours. I just wanted to try it out to see if I could do it. And I'm telling you, I've been rambling. So much so that I started talking about sports, and I have no idea what's going on when it comes to sports. But yes. Yeah. So I'm assuming your live for tonight will be canceled because you. Oh no, you are going to go live. Okay. All right. So I'll hop into your room, and then there's going to be a content creator one. So I'll hop to that and go back and forth tonight. But I do thank you for stopping by and supporting, and you helped me reach my goal. I've been on for 2 hours, so I'm gonna hop off and I'm gonna hop in your room. See you soon. If I can get out of here.